How can you use a formula to find the volume of a rectangular prism?
Let's find out.
Remember that volume is the number of cubic units, units cubed, needed to pack a solid figure without gaps or overlaps. Find the volume of the rectangular prism if each cubic unit represents 1 cubic foot. What 3 measurements can you use to calculate the volume of a rectangular prism? You can use length, width, and height. What is a cubic foot? A cubic foot is a cube that is 1 foot long, 1 foot wide, and 1 foot high. A formula is a rule that uses symbols to relate two or more quantities. If the dimensions of a rectangular prism are given as length L, width W, and height H, then use this formula to find the volume V. Volume equals length times width times height. The factors in the formula can be regrouped using the associative property. How can you use the formula to find the volume of the rectangular prism?
So no more counting boxes and cubes. You can actually use the dimensions or the length, width, and height to help you find the answer. So I can use volume equals length times width and then times height and do 6 times 4 first to get 24 and then multiply that by the height to get 72. Or I can move them around. It really doesn't matter. I could do the height and the width first. I could do 3 times 4 and get 12, multiply that by 6 and get 72. So because they are multiplication, I can use the associative property and the commutative property to move these numbers around, and I just need to make sure I have 3 numbers, length, width, height, and I multiply them all together.
The length of the prism is 6 feet. The width is 4 feet. The height is 3 feet. So V equals 72. What unit will be used for the volume?
Sometimes in class,
Select your answer.
Sometimes in class they tell you, okay, if we're just finding the length, we're finding feet. If we're finding the area, we find feet, because it's feet times feet. If we're finding the volume, I said it's called feet, but we don't really say that. We say what?
Use cubic feet. The volume of the rectangular prism is 72 cubic feet. Now you know how to use a formula to find the volume of a rectangular prism.
So today, no more counting cubes. We are doing length times width times height. Let's try it out.